Ladies and gentlemen, prayer is not merely a ritual, but a powerful tool of connection with the Creator. But how often do we rush into prayer without first preparing ourselves to receive the answers, the peace, and the wisdom that we seek? Prayer is not a simple ritual. It is a profound dialogue with the divine. It is a sacred exchange that transcends the ordinary, reaching into the depths of our being and connecting us with the source of all strength, wisdom, and guidance. Yet, too often we rush into prayer without fully understanding the significance of what we are doing. Before you pray, take a moment to reflect on why you are engaging in this act. What is the purpose behind your prayer? Are you simply going through the motions, or are you coming with a genuine intention to align your heart and spirit with the Creator? Prayer is not about asking for material things or seeking quick solutions to life's challenges. It is about acknowledging the presence of the divine, opening yourself up to receive clarity, guidance, and peace, and aligning yourself with the greater purpose for your life. When you enter prayer with intention, you invite God to transform your thoughts, your actions, and your circumstances. It's a moment to recalibrate your life, to remind yourself of your true source, and to draw strength from a place beyond your own understanding. Before you begin, ask yourself, why am I praying today? Is it because you are seeking guidance in a specific area of your life? Or is it simply an opportunity to thank the Creator for the blessings already present in your life? Prayer can be a time to release your burdens, to surrender control over situations you cannot change, and to invite divine intervention. It's about aligning your desires with the will of the Creator, knowing that your life is a part of a much greater story. Prayer can also be a moment to seek understanding, clarity about your purpose, your challenges, and the way forward. When you understand the purpose of your prayer, you set the stage for a meaningful and powerful experience. It transforms your approach to prayer from a transactional act to a deeper spiritual connection. In the stillness before prayer, take a moment to reflect on your heart and mind. Consider the weight of your emotions, the questions that are stirring within you, and the desires you are bringing before God. Prayer is not only about what you ask for, it's about how you approach the divine. Are you coming to God with humility, gratitude, and reverence, or are you simply bringing a list of demands? Prayer at its core is about relationship, not about achieving personal gain. When you recognize that prayer is about communion with the divine and not merely about asking for things, you begin to understand its true power. You are creating space to connect with the divine presence, to invite divine wisdom and love into your life, and to draw closer to the source of your being. Once you understand the purpose of prayer, it becomes easier to engage with it on a deeper level. You move from seeing prayer as an obligation or routine to recognizing it as an opportunity to transform your life. It becomes an avenue through which you seek not only solutions to your problems, but also the strength and wisdom to face them. Prayer is where you can pause from the busyness of life, lay down your burdens, and allow your heart to be refreshed by the presence of the Creator. In this moment of understanding, you also begin to see that prayer is a partnership. It is not about asking for something and waiting for it to materialize, but about coming into alignment with divine will and allowing the Creator to guide you in the right direction. It is an exchange in which you offer your heart, your trust, and your faith, while also receiving guidance, comfort, and clarity. Prayer invites you to surrender control and place your trust in a higher power, knowing that the Creator has a perfect plan for your life. When you approach prayer with this understanding, you no longer feel the need to force outcomes or worry about the details of your life. Instead, you trust that everything is unfolding according to divine will. Prayer, in its deepest sense, is a moment of realignment. It is a moment where you let go of the distractions and noise of life and tune in to the still, quiet voice of the Creator. It is a sacred moment where you pause to recognize that your strength, wisdom, and guidance come not from your own abilities, but from the divine presence that surrounds and sustains you. When you understand this purpose before you pray, it prepares you for a deeper encounter with the Creator and a more meaningful experience in your relationship with the divine. As you prepare to pray, remind yourself of the privilege and power of prayer. It is a chance to seek direction, to offer gratitude, to find peace, and to reconnect with your true self. Prayer is the doorway to a deeper understanding of who you are and who you are becoming. Before you speak the words, take a moment to ground yourself in this understanding. Prayer is not just a ritual. It is a divine invitation to draw closer to the source of all things. When you approach it with clarity of purpose, you open the door to a transformative experience that can change the course of your life. Before you utter a single word in prayer, take a moment to examine the state of your heart. Prayer is not just about the words we speak, it is about the sincerity of our hearts, the posture of our spirit. The Creator is not concerned with eloquence or formality, but with the purity of our intentions. A heart that is heavy with bitterness, anger, or unresolved emotions is not in a position to receive the fullness of the divine connection that prayer offers. Prayer is an invitation to self-examination, a call to evaluate not just our circumstances, but our internal state, the very condition of our hearts. Ask yourself, what is the condition of my heart today? Are you coming to God with gratitude, ready to express thanks for the blessings you have received? Or are you carrying the weight of past hurts, disappointments, or unhealed wounds? Are you holding on to resentment or unforgiveness? Or have you allowed peace and forgiveness to dwell within you? The state of your heart will significantly influence the power of your prayer. A heart that is filled with unresolved emotions, bitterness, or anger creates a barrier between you and the divine, making it difficult for you to hear or receive guidance. The energy you bring into your prayer is the energy that will shape the outcome. A heart that is clean and open is fertile ground for divine connection, while a heart weighed down by negativity or unhealed pain can hinder the flow of peace, guidance, and answers. Examine your heart honestly and ask, what emotions am I carrying with me today? Am I coming to prayer from a place of gratitude, peace, and humility? Or am I weighed down by the unresolved issues in my life? If you are holding on to anger, resentment, or regret, it is crucial to acknowledge those emotions before entering into prayer. You don't need to hide them, suppress them, or pretend they don't exist. God already knows the state of your heart, and prayer is not the time to wear a mask. It is a time to lay bare your soul and allow yourself to be vulnerable. This act of self-examination allows you to confront those emotions, release them, and create space for healing. When we approach prayer with a heart full of gratitude, it shifts our perspective. Gratitude has a way of transforming our attitude toward life. It brings us out of a place of lack and focuses our attention on the abundance that surrounds us. It opens our hearts to see beyond our present circumstances and to recognize the many blessings we often overlook. When we pray with a heart of gratitude, we align ourselves with the divine flow of joy and peace. But when we come burdened by anger or disappointment, it is difficult to see the beauty in the moment or to recognize the hand of the Creator in our lives. The state of our hearts determines what we can receive in prayer. A grateful heart attracts divine favor, while a heart filled with unresolved emotions blocks the flow of blessings. If you find that your heart is burdened with negative emotions, take the time to release them before you pray. This may mean letting go of past hurts, forgiving those who have wronged you, or simply taking a moment to acknowledge the pain you are carrying. It's not about pretending that everything is okay or that you have all the answers. It's about creating space for the divine to come in, to heal, and to bring clarity. Prayer is a moment of surrender, surrendering not just your needs but your emotional state. It is a moment to let go of what no longer serves you, to clear away the clutter, and to prepare yourself to receive divine wisdom, peace, and understanding. A clean heart is a fertile ground for divine connection. When your heart is free of bitterness, unforgiveness, or unresolved anger, it becomes a vessel through which God's peace and guidance can flow freely. It is in this place of purity that we can truly hear the voice of the Creator, discern His will, and receive the strength and clarity we need to move forward. A clean heart allows us to be in perfect harmony with the divine, creating a deeper, more meaningful connection through prayer. So before you pray, take the time to examine your heart. Ask yourself honestly, am I coming with gratitude, or am I holding on to something that I need to let go of? Release any negativity, resentment, or pain that may be weighing you down. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them control you. Cleanse your heart and enter into prayer with an open spirit, ready to receive all that the Creator has to offer. When you do this, your prayer becomes a channel for healing, transformation, and divine connection. The power of prayer is magnified when it is offered from a place of purity, humility, and openness. A clean heart truly is fertile ground for divine connection. Prayer is not a moment for divided attention. It is a time for concentration and complete focus. In order to truly connect with the divine, your mind must be clear, peaceful, and free from distractions. It's so easy to approach prayer while our minds are cluttered with the worries of the day, the stresses of work or relationships, or a list of tasks that seem endless. However, in order to engage in a meaningful dialogue with the Creator, your mind must be fully present in the moment. Prayer requires your undivided attention. It's a sacred conversation, not a background task. Before you begin to pray, take a moment to clear your mind. This is not always an easy task, especially in a world that is constantly pulling our focus in multiple directions, but it is essential. When your mind is filled with distractions, you are not in a place to fully connect with the divine presence. Your prayers may become a mere recitation of words rather than an authentic exchange. Your focus is the key to unlocking the true power of your prayer. It's about setting aside everything else for a moment and dedicating yourself completely to the conversation with God. Take the time to still your thoughts. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and release the tension that you may be holding on to. Acknowledge the noise in your mind, but let it pass like clouds drifting across the sky. Prayer is not a moment to try and solve your problems or make mental lists. It is a time to silence the inner chaos and focus on being in the presence of the divine. You must create an environment of stillness within yourself so that you can hear clearly the guidance, the comfort, and the answers that the Creator wishes to offer you. This is a moment to intentionally bring your mind into alignment with your spirit. Your body may be physically present, but it is your mind that must be consciously prepared to receive. Your thoughts must be focused solely on the conversation that you are about to have. It's a time to tune out everything that is competing for your attention, whether it be work, family concerns, or even your own doubts and insecurities. It's about creating a sacred space within your mind where you can focus completely on God and His presence. Before entering into prayer, clear the clutter from your mind so that your heart and spirit can fully absorb the depth of the connection. This practice of mental stillness will allow you to step away from the distractions of daily life and align your focus on the divine. Once your mind is calm, it becomes a conduit for spiritual revelation. When your focus is steady and unwavering, you are in a position to receive divine wisdom, peace, and clarity. This does not mean that you must have a perfectly clear mind or that you should strive for complete mental silence. Our thoughts will always wander. What it does mean is that you actively choose to quiet those distractions and place your focus on the task at hand. Let go of the concerns that are not relevant to this moment. You may find that a brief moment of mindfulness, deep breathing, or meditative silence before praying helps you to align your thoughts and bring your attention fully into the present. Remember, prayer is not about rushing or multitasking. It is a dedicated time to connect deeply and intentionally with God. When you prepare your mind for focus, you are not just setting the stage for a more peaceful prayer session. You are enhancing the power of your connection. A focused mind allows you to hear God's voice more clearly and allows His presence to fill you in ways that a distracted mind cannot. A distracted prayer can often feel hollow or superficial, but a prayer rooted in focus is powerful, clear, and transformative. So, before you begin praying, take a moment to center yourself. Take a deep breath and let go of the noise of the world. Find peace within your mind and commit to being fully present in the moment. This will allow you to truly focus on the conversation you are about to have. When your mind is clear and your attention is undivided, you are ready to engage with the divine in a deep and meaningful way, ensuring that your prayer is not just words, but a powerful connection to the Creator. Prayer is not merely about presenting a list of requests or asking for favors. It is a sacred opportunity to deepen your relationship with the Creator. Before you begin to pray, it is essential to reflect on the nature of that relationship. Prayer is an invitation to connect, not just to ask. It is a space where you can nurture your bond with the divine, recognize the depth of that connection, and cultivate a deeper sense of closeness. So before you speak the words, pause and consider, what is the quality of my relationship with the Creator today? Is it distant, strained, or growing? Are you coming to God because you need something, or are you coming to Him to simply be in His presence, to honor Him, and to strengthen the connection you share? In any relationship, communication is key, and the same is true in your relationship with the divine. Prayer is that communication, that dialogue, which is essential for growth, understanding, and intimacy. Just as in any human relationship, your connection with God deepens through quality time, trust, and sincere engagement. When you come to prayer, are you coming with an open heart, ready to listen and to learn? Or are you coming with only a list of things you need? While it's certainly okay to ask for guidance or assistance, prayer is also about nurturing your connection with the divine in a way that goes beyond mere transactional requests. Reflecting on your relationship with God before you pray allows you to come into the space of prayer with an intentional mindset. It helps you shift your perspective from focusing only on your needs to considering how you can grow in your faith and trust in the Creator. Are you seeking wisdom for a particular decision in your life? Are you looking for direction or clarity about your purpose? Or are you simply taking this time to express your gratitude and acknowledge God's greatness? Regardless of your specific reason for praying, the act of reflection ensures that you are praying from a place of sincerity and intentionality, strengthening your connection to the divine with every prayer. Take a moment to ask yourself, how can I improve my relationship with God today? This question invites growth and transformation. Sometimes it may mean recognizing areas of your life where you have been distant, disengaged, or distracted from your spiritual practice. Prayer gives you an opportunity to realign and restore that connection. It may be as simple as committing to spend more time in His presence, cultivating a deeper understanding of His will, or offering more time for gratitude and reflection. Prayer isn't just about the asking. It's about the recognition of God's character, His love, and His wisdom. It's about realizing that the Creator desires to be close to you, and that prayer is the pathway to fostering that intimacy. In moments of reflection, you may also realize that your relationship with the divine is evolving. There are times when you approach God with requests, seeking answers to life's challenges or dilemmas. But there are also times when the Creator simply wants to be with you, to speak to you in the stillness and to remind you of your purpose. Reflecting on your relationship with God allows you to step back and ask, am I seeking a deeper connection, or am I too focused on the external things? God's presence is always with you, and through prayer you are reminded that the Creator is not just a distant force to be called upon in times of trouble, but a constant companion who desires a relationship with you in all seasons of life. As you reflect on your relationship with the Creator, it's important to remember that prayer is not just about receiving, but also about giving. It's a two-way conversation. Are you offering your heart fully in prayer? Are you open to receiving not just answers, but also insight, wisdom, and correction? Prayer allows you to align yourself with God's will, to surrender your desires, and to trust that His plan is always greater than your own. It's a continual process of growth, trust, and connection. And by reflecting on the relationship, you are nurturing that growth in real time. So before you begin to pray, take time to reflect on your relationship with the divine. Ask yourself, how am I engaging with God today? Are you seeking guidance, or are you simply offering your gratitude? Are you open to hearing from Him, or are you only focused on what you need? Take this moment to align your heart with the Creator, deepen your connection, and prepare to engage in a conversation that will not only address your concerns, but also transform your heart and your life. The power of prayer is not simply found in the words we speak or the length of our petitions. It is found in the sincerity and purity of our intentions. Prayer is an intimate and sacred act, and the intentions that drive it determine its power. Before you begin praying, it is crucial to pause and check the motives behind your prayer. Why are you praying today? Are you seeking personal gain or immediate solutions to your problems? Or are you praying with a heart open to true transformation, alignment, and divine will? The quality of your prayer depends largely on the purity of your motives. When you enter into prayer, ask yourself honestly, what is my true desire? Are you seeking answers to life's questions out of a genuine longing for growth and understanding? Or are you simply looking for a way to change your circumstances for personal comfort? While it's natural to pray for help, guidance, or provision, it's important to reflect on whether these requests come from a place of selfishness or from a desire to grow spiritually and align with God's greater plan. True prayer goes beyond seeking temporary relief or material gain. It is about seeking the will of God in your life, understanding His purpose for you, and asking for the strength to fulfill that purpose. The purity of your motives will determine the depth of your connection in prayer. If you approach prayer solely for what you can get, whether it be success, wealth, or personal advantage, you may receive answers, but the connection will not have the depth that comes from seeking true transformation. Prayer, at its core, is not just about changing your circumstances, it's about changing your heart and aligning your desires with divine will. True prayer seeks God's will above our own. It is not about manipulating the Creator to fulfill our desires, but about surrendering ourselves to His will, trusting that His plan for us is far greater than anything we could ask for. The condition of your heart during prayer reveals a lot about your motives. When you come with pure motives, you are not coming to control, demand, or dictate terms. Instead, you are coming to listen, to be shaped, and to be led. A heart that desires genuine transformation will approach prayer with humility, surrender, and a willingness to be changed. A heart that is motivated by selfish desires, however, will struggle to align with God's will because it is more focused on personal outcomes than on divine growth. Asking yourself why you are praying also invites self-awareness. It forces you to confront whether you are truly seeking God's guidance or simply asking for God to bless your own agenda. Are you seeking His presence and His wisdom in your decisions, or are you trying to use prayer as a tool to get what you want on your own terms? If your prayer is centered around your own desires rather than the will of God, it may be time to realign your heart. Ask God to purify your heart and motives so that your prayer becomes a tool for spiritual growth rather than a means of self-serving gain. Checking your motives also means examining whether you are holding any hidden agendas in your prayers. Sometimes we may not be fully aware of the reasons behind our requests. We may even mask selfish desires under the guise of noble intentions, such as asking for success to help others when, in reality, we are seeking to elevate ourselves. True transformation in prayer happens when you allow God to work in you, when you seek not only a change in your circumstances, but a change in your character. You ask for guidance, not just to solve a problem, but to become the person you were created to be. A key aspect of ensuring the purity of your motives is to approach prayer with transparency. God knows your heart. There is no need to pretend or disguise your true desires. Be honest with yourself and with God. If your prayer is coming from a place of fear, anxiety, or a desire to control, acknowledge that. If it is coming from a place of desperation or frustration, recognize it. Once you are aware of your motives, you can ask God to purify them and help you shift your focus from self-centered requests to a deeper desire for His will to be done in your life. Purity of motives creates a deeper level of intimacy and trust in your prayer life. When you come to prayer with a heart that seeks transformation, your connection to God becomes richer. You begin to experience His peace, His presence, and His guidance on a deeper level because you are praying from a place of openness and willingness to be shaped by His will. When your motives are pure, prayer is no longer about achieving personal goals or manipulating outcomes. It becomes about submitting to a divine purpose, seeking alignment with God's greater plan, and trusting that, whatever the outcome, it will be exactly what you need. So before you pray, take a moment to reflect on your motives. Ask yourself, why am I praying? Are you seeking personal gain, or are you open to true transformation? Purify your intentions and approach prayer not as a way to fulfill your desires, but as a way to grow closer to the divine. Align your heart with His and embrace His will for your life. When your motives are pure, your prayers will be powerful, your connection with God will deepen, and your life will reflect the transformation you seek. Prayer is not just a ritual, it is a profound expression of faith. Faith is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and full of expectation. Before you begin to pray, it's essential to stir up the faith within you. Faith is the foundation upon which your prayer stands. It is the belief that your words have the power to change circumstances, heal wounds, and unlock the doors to new opportunities. Without faith, prayer becomes a mere activity, but with faith, it becomes a force that can transform both your life and the world around you. When you approach prayer, you must believe that God is not only listening, but that He is able and willing to act. This belief should not be just a surface-level hope. It must be a deep-seated conviction that the Creator has the power to do what He has promised. Stirring up your faith means shifting your mindset from uncertainty to assurance. It is a deliberate choice to believe that prayer is not just an exercise in asking for things, but a powerful tool that can shift the trajectory of your life. Faith requires action. It's not enough to simply say words in prayer. Your faith must be activated through your belief that those words carry weight. Your faith must be in alignment with the very essence of the prayer itself. When you pray, you are not just speaking to the air, you are engaging with the divine who is able to respond in ways that exceed your expectations. Prayer activates the potential within you and the environment around you. Your faith bridges the gap between where you are now and where you are destined to be. It allows you to access what is hidden and brings what is in the unseen realm into the seen. Before you pray, ask yourself, do I truly believe that my prayer can make a difference? Prayer is not about the size of your words, but the strength of your faith behind them. When you activate your faith, you are not just asking God for help, you are stepping into the reality that He is already at work. Faith stirs the atmosphere and creates an openness to receive divine intervention. It enables you to step out of doubt and into the fullness of possibility. When your faith is activated, it compels you to pray with expectancy, not as a formality, but with the conviction that God can and will answer. This means believing that the Creator is bigger than your problems, greater than your obstacles, and able to do exceedingly more than you could ever imagine. This is not about wishful thinking, but about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with the belief that something powerful is taking place in the spiritual realm as you pray. Consider the role of faith in prayer in your own life. When you pray, do you expect change? Do you believe that your prayer has the power to heal a broken relationship, open new doors, or bring peace to a troubled mind? If not, then stir up your faith. Remind yourself of the promises that God has made, of the testimonies of others who have seen prayer manifest in incredible ways. Remember that faith is not about seeing immediate results, but about trusting in the process, knowing that even when you don't see a physical manifestation, God is still at work. When you activate your faith, you move beyond doubt and hesitation, and you step into a realm where anything is possible. It's about choosing to believe that God has the power to transform any situation. Even when circumstances seem impossible, your faith enables you to hold fast to the belief that change is on the way. Prayer becomes an exercise in partnership with God, as you exercise your faith to align with His will and His timing. Furthermore, faith in prayer is not just about asking for material things or quick fixes. It's about trusting that God knows what is best for you. Sometimes the answers to our prayers come in ways we do not expect, or they may come later than we hope. But when we activate our faith, we trust that God's timing is perfect and His plans for us are good. Faith helps us to surrender our desires and trust that God's response is always aligned with our highest good. Stirring up your faith means renewing your confidence in God's ability. It means believing that He has the power to do the impossible and that He cares deeply about your life and your journey. Your faith is the bridge that connects your present reality to your future potential. Without faith, prayer becomes an empty exercise, but with faith, prayer becomes a dynamic force that brings change, healing, and transformation. So before you pray, take time to activate your faith. Reflect on God's faithfulness. Recall the miracles He has done in your life and remember the promises He has given you. Stir up your belief that God can and will answer your prayer. Walk into your time of prayer with expectancy, knowing that you are partnering with the Creator of the universe who is always at work on your behalf. The strength of your faith will determine the depth of your connection in prayer and the power that is unleashed in your life. In conclusion, prayer is not a passive ritual. It is a transformative encounter with the divine that requires intentional preparation and a heart that is aligned with purpose. Before you pray, understand the purpose of prayer. Examine your heart, prepare your mind, reflect on your relationship with the divine, check your motives, and activate your faith. Each step is not just a precursor to prayer, but a fundamental part of the process that will ensure your connection is genuine, your intentions pure, and your faith unwavering. Remember, prayer is the bridge between your present and your potential. It is where transformation happens, where healing flows, and where the impossible becomes possible. It is not just about asking, but about becoming more aligned with God's will, more aware of His presence, and more open to the change He desires to bring into your life. As you step into prayer, don't approach it as a mere ritual, but as an opportunity to connect with the Creator of the universe. Approach it with the understanding that prayer, when done with the right heart, mind, and faith, has the power to shift your circumstances and to reveal the greatness within you. So let us not simply pray out of habit, but pray with intention, with faith, and with a heart that longs for transformation. For it is in that sacred space of prayer that we experience the power of God, and it is through our connection with Him that we are empowered to live out our highest purpose. Go, therefore, and pray with purpose, pray with purity, pray with power, and know that your prayers have the potential to change the world.